Hey guys, Skylin here. And today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a little bit of advice for all the freshmen out there. This year I'm going to be a sophomore, so last year I was in the freshman class. You're probably thinking that I am absolutely crazy for making a back to school video in the middle of July. But I know some people on here do go back to school at the end of July, so I thought I would make it a little bit earlier for all you people that do go back to school very, very early. And it'll just be out there for people who don't go back to school early. You might be bored, you might just be watching these, or you might just be really, really nervous. And I just want to share some of my advice with you guys, so I hope you enjoy it and just keep watching. The number one thing that I cannot stress enough about is take notes. Take tons and tons of notes. When I get my school supplies, when I go shopping, and probably in August sometime, I will make a haul and I'll show you guys what I get so you can have like a sneak peek of what you should really carry around with you. The first day that you go back to school, you don't need a whole suitcase full of school supplies. You'll probably just need a notepad, a pencil, a pen, your lunch, your basic supplies until the teachers tell you exactly what they want. Make sure all your stuff is organized, and just every class, anything that you think that would be on the test and things that you don't think would be on tests, write them down because it will probably be on the test. And also for exams, keep all your tests that you get back, all your notes, keep them in a separate binder if you like, into a separate bin even at home. Just keep them with you and then organize them so that when exam time does come, you'll have the papers ready to study with. Second tip is to pay attention to the teacher and to the students around you, because the teacher is going to tell you things that she probably won't write on the board. I've actually had a teacher that has told us the answers during a test by speaking them in a different way that half of us didn't even realize he was saying. There's like only a few people in the class that actually caught on to what he was doing, but pay attention to what they're saying, and they will hint things that you need to write down for a test in the notes referring to number one, and you will need to pay attention in your classes. Yes, you can fool around, have fun, but make sure that your grades always come first before anything else during class time. Speaking of class time, always, always, always make sure that you are on time to your classes. Nothing is worse than being late to your class. Even if you're like 2 minutes late, always have an excuse of some sort from the office or from your parents. Otherwise, they will not accept it whatsoever. It's not middle school, it's not elementary school, it's high school, and they are a lot tougher than you would think they are coming to absences. And they also count against your exemptions for your exams, if you do have exemptions where you live. But where I do, if we miss so many days, we don't get to skip an exam that we have. Definitely make sure you're on time. It makes a good impression, and it shows the teachers that you were responsible, and you will probably get certain amounts of responsibility that is going to be a lot more funner and a lot more easier for you than the other students that aren't responsible. Making good first impressions is also very good. Always, like they say, be yourself and don't try to be someone else that you aren't. But on the very first day, don't come to school in your PJs with a messy hairdo like you just woke up from bed. Make sure to give yourself a very, very good first impression. The teachers will notice you. They will think automatically, this is the girl that we want in our classes, and you'll probably get to skip some assignments. I know I have. Make a good first impression on your friends and new friends that you will make. There'll be tons and tons of new people in your school, and if you do have orientation day, I do highly recommend that you go to that. They'll just show you around your school. They'll give you a map, which is a very good thing to have in case you get lost or you don't know where your classes are. Making enemies on the very first day of school is never a good way to start. Always befriend people. Unless they're treating you wrong, then always stand up for yourself and try to get help with that. And if bullying does happen, make sure you tell a teacher, tell a friend, tell somebody. But it's not like in the movies. It's not as bad as it seems to be. Nobody flushes your head down a toilet or sticks you in a locker all day. Yes, there is a little bit of teasing, but if you have a strong enough confidence and you know how to stand up for yourself, they will not bother you. But just make sure to be who you are and be yourself in a high school. That is so, so important. Also make sure that you keep a watch out on your new friends and your old friends. You don't want to hang out around a group of friends that aren't going to benefit you in some way. You want to get with a group of people that is going to benefit you and make you a better person as well as yourself. So just be careful who your friends are, pick them wisely, and if your friends are kind of straying off into a bad direction, remind them about what they have to look forward to after high school. Always keep yourself in mind first, because after high school it's just going to be you, it's not going to be your friends. Another thing that grade 9ers may not recognize at first is to stay in your lane, not to be mean. But I remember last year there was some of my friends from different classes that would try to sit with all the juniors and the seniors. But you should stay in your lane. You were on the top of the school from middle school and now you're back at the bottom, but you have to stay in the bottom. Once you get into grade 10 and 11, you'll be back in that position. But even if you imagine yourself in a grade 12 or 11, you think to yourself, I wouldn't want to sit with a bunch of freshmen if I didn't even know them. You're going to want to do stuff with your own peers at your own time, and there is a massive age gap. So make sure you stay in your lane. It's only for a year and then you'll be off the bottom of the charts. Just stick with your own people for that year. Know where you are, know where you stand, and where you shouldn't be and where you should. Another thing that I see constantly in my school is people thinking that they ditch classes, or their homework is late, or they're late for class, or they don't even come to class at all. They think it's really, really cool. But if you think about it, there's only 4 years in high school. What happens after those 4 years? If you work hard enough, you're going to get a good GPA, you're going to get into a good college or university, or do what you want to do if you have really, really good grades and good people surrounding you as well as yourself. But the people who don't pay attention to that stuff, they're not going to get the opportunities that a person with a good education has. So make sure you always plan ahead, but not too much. Make sure that you always know what you're doing, be careful of what is around you, and make good choices in high school. I know we're all teenagers, we all make bad decisions at one point, but make sure you take care of yourself, look after yourself and the things that you're doing. Like down the road, it does count on what you do back in high school. People will know what you do, and people will know you for who you were when they first met you. Lastly, I just want to say that make sure you be yourself. Always be confident. You are all beautiful people and you all have different personalities. Nobody is the same, so don't try to be someone else that you aren't. You can be your own self, and people will probably even look up to you when you're in grade 11 or 10 and they're in grade 9. Just remember that. Also, remember that you have to make memories. These are your teenage years, there's only so many left, and you're never gonna be this young ever again. So make good choices, but remember to make memories and also to have fun while you're in high school, because high school is a really, really fun place to be. There's lots of clubs, activities. Make sure to check with your teachers or your guidance counselors about what there is to make new friends or to make yourself known, especially if you're just moving to a new school. Being happy and fun and smiling and just enjoying yourself overall is going to put off a positive influence on other people around you as well. So just remember always to stay positive, keep smiling, and be yourself in high school. I hope this helped any of you guys out there. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments down below. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure to subscribe because I'll be doing my back to school season kind of type thing. I'll be doing quite a few videos about back to school, like my shopping hauls and locker organizations and things like that. So leave me some comments if you'd like to see things like that, and I'll be sure to try to do them for you. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have an amazing day. Keep marching on.